What do you take away from this second game?
It was good to see different guys out there. Kihei got a chance to play. Poppy got a chance to play. Tane, so it was good to see those guys. I thought we were good defensively. Our ball pressure was good, especially Kihei on ball. But I thought towards the end there were a few lapses, a little carelessness with the ball, some silly turnovers. Those things can't have those. This is a good young team. Those kids played hard, but I think our guys have to be better and finish better. But for the most part, still getting great looks of the young guys, the first-year guys. I thought Traudt did a tremendous job going to the offensive glass and being aggressive that way. And then, our ball screen D was good. We did a couple different things, but for the most part, it was good.
I know the competition hasn't been great, but Kadin has been very productive in both games. Has he had a good summer, leading into this tour?
He's been working his butt off, and I think he wants to get more minutes and contribute more. But I think for us to be good, those guys have to finish around the basket, ball screen D, and protect the rim. He's been finishing. He's running the floor. He made a couple facing shots today. He's been aggressive, so we liked it. We challenged him before this one to go to the offensive glass more. They did that.
Tony said after the first game that he hoped the competition would improve as the tour went on. This team has some guys who could play. Did you feel like it was a step up?
Yeah, I thought so. They had a couple of young kids that were going to be good. Good guard play. Had a kid that could make some shots. They tested our vision. We got to be better with our vision, our alertness off the ball. But for the most part, I thought our guys were good. Just part of the growing pains.
In a normal season or setup, you would practice between games. You'd have a shoot around on the day of the game. These guys hadn't touched the basketball from when they walked out of that gym Saturday night till they got in here. Do you have to kind of factor that in when you evaluate?
Oh, yeah. And not only that, we walked to the top of the Doma today. and so I know, for one, my legs are gone, so I know theirs were. But you factor that in. No practice, some rustiness. And timing also. Like, the more you practice, your timing's there and your shooting's there. So, but all in all, it's been a great trip. I had a lot of pressure on me. My son told me I better not. My youngest, Cameron, said I better not lose this one, Dad. So I think I answered the bell.
Basically, you had a better game tonight than you did the first one. You looked a little more comfortable. Did it feel that way for you?
Yeah, it did. Coaches told me before I needed to hit the offensive boards because I didn't do that last time. And then once I started doing that, we got some boards, got some shots in the hole, and then I started getting more confidence and just felt more comfortable out there overall.
What's the transition look like for you going from the best player on your team to joining a team where you're one of the younger guys and there's established players?
Yeah, it's tough because in high school, everything went through me, and I was used to, kind of having to do everything. But there's also a positive to that. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing everything. I just gotta play my role and try to do it the best I can. But defensively, it's been a big adjustment for me because they just demand so much of you defensively. And in high school, I didn't really play a whole lot of defense, so I kind of had to adjust to that, and that's been the biggest adjustment.
Let me ask you about the trip. First, the soccer game last night. What was that experience like for you?
That was awesome. I'm not a big soccer guy. I've honestly never watched a soccer game in my life. High school on TV, nothing. So it was really cool to see the atmosphere there. Those people are so into that, and to see the game-winning goal. We were all going crazy. So that was really fun and a cool moment.
What about the steps tonight? Did you feel it on the court?
A little bit. At the beginning, I felt like my legs weren't there, and then over time, I kind of got them back. But the steps were tough, but it was worth the view. It was cool.
Had you been out of the United States before this trip?
Yeah, I went to Cabo, Mexico, with my girlfriend in May, and then I've been to the Cayman Islands when I was in 5th grade or something like that.
I saw a picture of you in your new jersey after the game last night. Mm-hmm. They have one in your size, or do you squeeze it into one?
So what happened was, it was the extra large, right? But I guess the European extra large is different from the American extra large. So it's supposed to be my size, but it wasn't. But I'll make it work, or I'll just give it to my girlfriend, one or two.
What was that experience like?
The soccer game? Oh, that was awesome. That was the first ever, I guess, football, or I think they call it KCR or something like that, game that I've been to. So that was really cool atmosphere. The fans were in it the whole game. The away fans traveled extremely well, so it was super cool.
Tonight, it seemed like, at least athletically, the competition was better inside than on opening night.
Right.
What were your thoughts on this matchup tonight?
I agree. I think Steelers they're a young team too, and they're going to be good with time, just like this team. This team, they got some young guys out there. I think they were a U19 team, something like that. But they'll be really good eventually. Yeah.
What Coach Williford said you've been working really hard this offseason. Coming off of last year, kind of what has been your focus heading into this year?
For me, a lot of it's been the same as it was going to last season, getting stronger, getting heavier, but trying to keep the same mobility. But also I've been working on a lot is my jump shot. Every day pretty much since the season ended, I've been working on my jump shot. So knocking down middies like consistently and maybe stepping out to three every now and then. So yeah, that's what I've been working on the most.
How did you feel after that trip up those? I know it wasn't your highlight of the trip, going up the steps into the top of the dome.
Dude, so the steps, those were crazy. I'm still gassed from those. And then getting to the top, it was cool to watch from afar. I'm afraid of heights, so that was interesting. I was definitely terrified. My heart was beating pretty fast. It was cool though.
Is it a challenge to balance all the other things with the basketball that you're playing over here?
It's pretty much what I expected coming into it. I'm only going to be in Italy, maybe like once ever. So I want to experience all the tourist stuff, but I also we're also locked into the basketball, and it's exhausting, but I think every minute is worth it because we're never going to get this time back with each other, and it's great for like our team building and stuff and chemistry and all that. So I've really loved the opportunity.